Okay, Jacob with deerhuntingschool.com down here hunting some river bottoms, and I've hunted this area a little bit, and I found a giant buck down here several years. I've hunted him for a couple years, never run a trail camera, nothing on him because this area floods all the time. But I'm right on the edge of the public and the private, and the deer bed right here on the private, and they come out. If you look here behind me is the public, and it's just a bunch of oaks, and there's acorns falling, and when these acorns are falling, them deer come off this private and they come out onto this public. And right in here, if you was to back off, I would back off like 40-50 yards out this way and set up. What I'd try to do is keep far enough off where I make a good shot on deer. It's not going to get back on this private because it's posted, but you can back in here 50-60 yards, but you want to be pretty close to this spot, and I'll show you why. As I pan around here, I noticed when I was walking, I noticed that gap in them bushes and that grass that was beat down, and I wanted to come over here and look at it. But that is where the deer are crossing. They're coming in and out of there like crazy. But if you want to kill a deer, if you just want to kill a freaking deer, this area I'm hunting, you can shoot any deer whatsoever that walks by you, and you set up on something fairly close to that. I wouldn't set right here on the edge of it. Yeah, you'd have them in bow range, but if you was sitting right here, you could legally do it because the private starts at the top of that hill. But you shoot that deer and it runs back on that private, and then you have a problem. So if it was me personally, if I just wanted to kill a deer, and this may be where we set up this evening, I'm looking for some good bucks out. I've done killed one deer this year. But if you wanted to just kill a deer, if somebody like you is watching this video and you think, man, I just want to kill a deer, this would be a good spot to kill a deer. But my recommendation would be to back off. Like I said earlier, back off, get out in there 50 yards or so, right in the middle of this, and them deer, when they come across here, they're going to work their way out in here, and you get shot at one and you want to make an absolute really good shot, because very few deer that are shot, if you make a good shot with a bow, they usually don't go more than about 60 yards. And then if they're hurt bad, they're probably not going to go up that hill. So probably if you're out there 50-60 yards, maybe 70, and you make a good shot on a deer, it's probably not going to make it past that ditch right there. The furthest it'll probably go would be in that ditch, and it'd probably die in that ditch. Now, you'd probably have to get a little wet, muddy, but you'd have your first deer if you're just wanting to kill a deer, or your second deer, or how many ever deer. But they're crossing right through here for sure. And I just wanted to show you guys that they're crossing right there too. You can see the grass. You see how the grass is laid down up in there, right in there? If you look down below it, right there, all them tracks. So anyways, guys, just wanted to make that little video for you. It's just a tip. It's just a tip. And right now, I will say this, the wind is coming like this. So I feel really good if a person was to set up right back in here and the wind would be blowing back that way. Deer would cross here, and for the most part they would be coming into the wind, but you would be set just off a little bit here, and your scent would be blowing back in there. So you could set up on this today, and this may be what we do, I don't know. I'm trying to kill a big buck, but that's almost a really good chance to kill a deer. I will say this, I set up a trail camera here about 10 years ago, a couple trail cameras, and I had pictures of deer on every single day. My dad, I set him up on here a couple years ago, and he killed a deer. He's a little bit further back in here, but anyways. So right now what I'm doing is scouting But guys, if you're just wanting to kill a deer, just to kill a deer, that's the kind of stuff you look for. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it all worrying about what kind of deer it is. It doesn't freaking matter. Set up on something like that and kill you a daggum deer. Who cares what whoever thinks, you know, who cares what kind of deer it is? If you haven't killed a deer, or you haven't killed very many deer, or if you've killed 1,000 freaking deer and you want to just kill a freaking deer, set up on that and by all means kill you a freaking deer. That's how you kill them. It's simple. It's really that simple. It is that simple. Right now it's like noon maybe, and I wouldn't set up on it right now at noon because it's early season. But see, like right here where I'm standing, the wind's blowing right back into them. But I'd come back in here about 3:30, maybe 4. It gets dark about 7:30, 7:20. And I'd set up about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And I would set just on the downwind side of that trail where my scent's blowing back there. And like I said, I'd get back off the property line far enough to where I ain't really got to worry about the deer crossing the line. And I would make 100% sure I made an absolute perfect shot if at all possible. Try that every time, but it doesn't always work. But anyways, that's how you kill deer. That simple. Find stuff like that, set up on it, look at the way the wind direction is, make sure that your scent's not blowing right at that trail or right into them deer, like right now we're blowing right into their bed. But set up off at an angle, make sure your wind's blowing like that, set there, deer come out. They'll usually come out about that last hour of daylight and kill you a freaking deer. It's that simple. There's no app in the world that's going to change it. There's nothing going to change it. That's how you kill deer. Almost guarantee you a person could kill a deer there this evening. Maybe a big buck, I don't know. But a deer, a white-tailed deer. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and bye-bye. Well, I made a video today about this spot, and I hunted the spot, and about 20 minutes before dark, buck come past me like at 18 yards. He got out, he was cornering away. I shot at him, 22 yards, shot right, 24 yards, it was 24 yards. I shot right underneath him. I don't know how, but anyways, it was the spot that I made the video about. I don't know how the heck I shot underneath him, but I did. So you got to hit the freaking deer to be able to kill him. So he come by it. He wasn't a giant buck, but he wasn't a little bitty buck. He was 3.5-year-old, I think. Decent, nice buck. But I shot right underneath the son of a gun. I don't know. There's blood on there's dried blood on my arrow from a deer I killed a week ago. Well, a little over a week now, but that's a clean miss. I don't know how in the hell I done it. I don't know how the hell I shot under him at 24 yards, because I held my top pin, which is my 20-yard pin, a little bit high because I didn't have time to range him. He come from behind me, and I heard something walking. I looked, and he was walking by me at like 15, 16, 18 yards, something like that. So I had to get my bow. I got turned. First time I ever shot at one out of a saddle, so that may have had something to do with it. So I don't know. Anyways, it's all, I can't say nothing about it. There's nothing I can say. I don't know what to say. But it is what it is. It's not the first one I've ever missed. So anyways, guys, have a good one. Bye.